at this point, and since he was the first to compete in the rotation. Now, Christy Phillips.
Christy is great on the beam. She has a very difficult exercise. Look at this. Look at the back flexibility on that front limber going sideways on the beam. Whoops. A little bit of a bobble on a full turn there. It was a 1 1/4, but she's a good performer. She knows how to make the best of the situation. There's a round-off layout. Okay. She has to know that a good performance here could put her into the lead because the Soviet did open the door.
When we spoke with her coach, Bella Caroli, yesterday, he said that at this age, she's even better than Mary Lou was. Remember, Bella has coached both Mary Lou and Nadia Comaneci to Olympic golds. Christy Phillips actually moved to Houston from Baton Rouge, and she's living there with her mom while her dad lives back at home. Now watch this.
Just like Baraksanova, there's a reverse planche. Now Christy does what they call the Phillips, a straddled reverse planche. Everybody's looking for those originality points these days. She's in good shape so far. Okay. Nice side somersault. Look at her face. She knows if she can just get through this dismount, this could put her in the lead. Double twist. And she nails the landing. That could be it.
A little shaky, but it's done. All right.
Bella Caroli calls her his little bug. And there's her mother, Terry Phillips, who has come here from Houston. I'm sure she's been adding up the scores herself.
Okay.
Okay, here is the back flexibility on this reverse planche. Now, once she hits that position, she's going to straddle her legs and pike a little bit and do her own original version of that skill. Look at that right angle bend in the back. Unbelievable flexibility.
She needs a 9-6 to take the lead away from the Soviet. So now the anxious moments of waiting. Only gets home twice a year to Baton Rouge while she's training in Houston. Looking at the Soviet Baraksanova during practice on Friday, she told me, gee, she looks so perfect, I don't know how I'd ever be able to beat her. 9-6-7-5 is the score as we have it, which now gives Christy Phillips the lead once again. So now Christy Phillips, our leader, with that familiar hug from Bella Caroli, who we've seen many times in that same position with Mary Lou Retton. Here is Brian Ginsberg, our men's leader, coming into this rotation.
We've talked about how unfortunate it is that Tim Daggett had to drop out of the competition, but if he had to leave way for an American, this is the guy. Brian is a great exercise here. Interesting skill right at the beginning. Nice peach hand and a front giant, which you don't see very many of those. He'll get originality points for that.
Ooh.
Okay, a little bit over on his back giant. That'll cost him a couple of tens.
Ginsberg needs a 9-2 to jump into the lead. But still to come after him will be the Soviet. There's a great strength move.
Fantastic. A straddle planche pressed to a handstand. Double back. Okay. He sure knows how to flip those double backs, and I'm sure he's glad to get through with that exercise.
Tim Daggett had to withdraw from the competition because of an injury he sustained on the floor exercise, and now Brian Ginsberg has jumped right back in there into the lead ahead of some of the best in the world, including the Soviets and the Chinese.
Here is the planche. Notice the tremendous leverage strength as he presses back up to the handstand.
Kinesiology major at UCLA.
He's 5'2", only 105 pounds, and no muscle, no body fat on this guy whatsoever, let me tell you.
Says he originally got into gymnastics because he was hyper as a kid. He told us he used to climb out of his crib and was always doing headstands in the back of the family car. Sounds like something you might do, Bart
I
Conner.
tell you, I think a lot of us got into gymnastics because our parents found that we were breaking too many pieces of furniture around the house. I did cartwheels and flips off of everything we had.
I think a lot of Ginsburg's excitement and maybe even ability here has come from this packed house full of Americans, 8,500 here in Fairfax, Virginia.
Cameras, please. The athletes have requested that you not use flash. Brian
Still waiting for the score.
9.65.
A 9.65. So he is our new leader. He retains the lead, rather, in this rotation. So both American men and women lead here at the American Cup Gymnastics. We'll be back with more gymnastics in just a moment. Welcome back to the 1986 American Cup Gymnastics Championships. I'm John Tesh, along with Bart Conner. A 9.675 on the balance beam gave the youngster 13-year-old American Christy Phillips back the lead here in the competition. And here's a look now at that performance.
Here's the back straddle down, right in line, as opposed to her Soviet competitor, Baraksanova, who was out of line and lost a couple of tenths of a point.
Baraksanova actually, as you recall, scored a 9.4 after she fell off the beam.
Here's this tremendous flexibility again in the reverse planche. And then a trick I'm sure we'll soon be calling the Phillips. A straddle reverse planche. He presses back around.
And again, it was this highly original routine that put Christy back in first place with one exercise left, the floor exercise.
Good work here on the side somersault. A little wobbly there, but that is a very difficult move. One of the toughest ones to do.
Well, it gave her a good score of 9.675. And right now, Christy Phillips, as we complete her dismount there, is with our Peter Corman. Peter.
Christy, great job. You have amazed everybody in this auditorium. A tremendous, tremendous job on 3 events. What was going through your mind as you were doing that balance beam routine?
I was just nervous because I knew if I didn't make it that my chances for first were gone with. And so I was just saying, just stay calm, you can do it, and just do it as good as you can so I can win first, maybe. I hope so.
And how about floor exercise to come now? You got an audience that's behind you. Everybody's enjoyed watching you. Are you going to have a good time out there?
Yes, I sure am. And being that floor is one of my better events, I hope I can pull it through.
Great. Well, I know you're going to please us all. Keep going. Keep up the good work and try to win another American Cup for us. Thanks a lot. Back to you, John.
Thank you, Peter. We'll be back with more gymnastics after this word from your local station.
Share the spirit of Dallas.
Welcome back to the 1986 American Cup Gymnastics Championships. A confrontation Soviet-American developing for the women and for the men as well. After 4 rotations, a look at the standings here. And Brian Ginsburg from the United States just ahead of the Soviet gymnast Alexei Tikhonki. Still to come for all the gymnasts here are the parallel bars and the very dangerous high bar. And Tikhonki has a very excellent parallel bar routine, so he'll be one to watch. Brian Ginsburg assuming the mantle of leader for the United States after Tim Daggett had to withdraw from the competition. And Ginsburg is now with our Peter Corman.
Thank you, John. Brian Ginsburg, you have amazed everybody. We've never seen you in a competition like the American Cup, and suddenly you're in first place. How does it feel?
Feels great. I've never been in this big of an international competition, and I came in here with the attitude just hitting my sets and whatever happens is great. And now I found I'm in first place, and this is, I mean, the best thing that's ever happened to me so far.
Do you think you can keep the lead now? You have high bar to go, one more big event. What's it going to take out there?
I'm just going to do what I did yesterday and try to hit my set, and, you know, whatever happens, you know, it'll be great.
Great job. Back to you, John.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much. Now, next to come will be Alexei Tikhonki from the Soviet Union, as I mentioned. He has his work cut out for him because he would have to have